A look now to 2016 and the Republicans' race for the White House. The question isn't just who will run, it's more like who isn't running, huh? I mean, we're really early on here, but still, we love to talk about this. And who can likely beat Democratic likely opponent, not announcing anything here, Hillary Clinton. Just this weekend, Mitt Romney indicated he may join the race for the White House for a third time. If so, he joins an ever-growing list of would-be candidates. Let's talk more about this. Joining us again, Tara Setmayer, Republican strategist and one of our political commentators here. Also joining us, Moody, correspondent with CNNPolitics.com, who has graced his presence graced us with his presence up here in New York. Thank you guys for being here. Chris, let me ask you this GOP retreat in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I know you were there, armed with a big Hershey bar, but a lot of what's been written about it and the criticism has been they really didn't agree on anything. And you had both members of the Senate and the House, 250 of them together. Was it a bust?
Well, this was the first time the House and Senate had got together for something like this in 10 years. They decided to do it after taking over the Senate. Thought it'd be a good idea to see where the party priorities were going forward. They talked about immigration. They talked about the budget. And there was, of course, some gossip about the 2016 chatter. There was not much agreement on this. They all had panels. They let people say what they wanted to say about these issues. Oftentimes, at the end of this, they come forward with a set of proposals.
Like, here's what we
want to do. There was no such thing this time around, which could suggest there's a little bit more division than we might have anticipated. But it doesn't seem clear that the conservatives on the far right and maybe the leadership are really in sync, which is not that much of a surprise, but you often see
you need them in sync on things like immigration, for example, and
but as
one bill
John Boehner said during the retreat, there are 535 people up on Capitol Hill. It's hard to get them to agree, especially on an issue as contentious as immigration.
So I want to talk about Mitt Romney with Tara, because I know she's so excited that he might run again.
No, I'm not. And I'm not the only one who feels this way. Mitt Romney blew an opportunity in 2012 to come in and make a difference and turn this country around. He shied away from his economic record. He shied away from his record at Bain Capital, which was actually stellar. He was equipped to handle the issues that are affecting the economy, and he had no conviction on that. And that bothered a lot of people because he felt as though you never really knew why he was running. He had no vision. And people need to feel that connection nowadays. That is partially what got Barack Obama elected. He made people feel warm and fuzzy. And Mitt Romney didn't do that, despite the fact that he probably would have been a fantastic president. Certainly we would have been better off than we are right now. So seeing Mitt Romney jump into this again, I don't think anybody really is clamoring for him to run. And why turn back? Not really.
There are people clamoring for him to run, and we were talking about this before. When you look at Representative Jason Chaffetz talking about this, he said this morning on State of the Union, he said, look, Romney checks 3 boxes. He's vetted. Chaffetz, a big Romney supporter, saying he's proven to be right on issues like Russia and the war on terror, that being his opinion, and that he has the $1 billion necessary to beat Hillary Clinton. What do you think?
With all due respect to Mr. Chaffetz, you need more than Mr. Chaffetz to win the presidency. But what we saw at our reporters covering the RNC event in San Diego and in Hershey, Pennsylvania, you didn't have people shouting Romney's name from the rooftops. There's still a lot of uneasiness about him. I mean, we have a primary for a reason.
A lack of it. I mean, because you also have some Republicans saying there's not that inspirational aspect there.
No, there is.
But what you don't see is people saying, he is our standard bearer, we're moving forward with him. They're saying, I'm open to the primary, and that's not a good sign for
Getting the wrap, gotta go. Thank you for